Well, g'day everyone. It's been ages since I had a video for you guys. Sort of been having a few problems with my back, has meant I haven't been able to get out on the kayak and everything. But I've actually had this video sitting in my editor for quite a while. So this is a video from back in summer, and we had a very good forecast. So I got Sam Price from OXS and his mate Jason Rust. We jumped on the boat and we headed out for a couple of days of free diving. So I'll roll the first lot of clips now.
My backpack there. Oh, you're recording it here?
I am, but you can talk.
Kerry's boat maintenance could do with a little bit of work.
We'll just edit that bit out. Right, so we got chaos on the boat. There's like gear everywhere, stacked in there. We haven't actually stacked anything up on the bow yet, but
That's where the fish are going to go.
it's probably coming. We're loaded for absolute bear, and we kind of need to be because we're planning to stay overnight. We're heading up to a very remote area and we're going to spend the night. We're going to free dive, we're going to drag some lures, we're going to
shoot some fish,
we're going to eat some fish, we're going to talk some bullshit,
introduce Jason to aqua dumping.
Yeah. And you guys are coming along, so let's go. Alright, so we're at our first spot. I'm first up boatman. Boys are just getting ready. They're going to jump in.
Woo! You can see the pinkies on it.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yep. Yeah.
You can see the shine of them. Fuck,
Wow.
it's clear.
It's good, alright. And that's in 12 meters. 13 and a half meters, and we can see clear as clear from the top to the bottom, and 13 and a half meters from the surface. The viz is going to be exceptional in the water. Awesome. Heave her over? Yep.
That's it, right?
Cool. Alright, the boys are back on the boat. They've had a great dive. I've just had a pain in the butt of a time. Had a bit of an issue with my engine going into gear, and I've had to sort it out, and the boat's rocking around because the sea's rolling through, and let's just say I'm a little bit frustrated, but I'm going to have a dive next and see what I find. From the surface, I saw a bunch of fish hanging out on the bottom. I dropped down in on them to see what was happening. And just as I was coming over the top of them, I looked over. Yep, sure enough, a bunch of kingfish came through. Could have easily had a shot on this fish, but I decided to wait. I was really after a bit bigger model. A little while later, I found a school of kahawai. There was thousands of them, and they were just really lazy. I dropped down, and while I was looking at them, I decided to shoot one to see if there'd be any kingfish come through. Once I got back to the surface, Jason immediately dived. I'd left the fish down there on the end of the spear in the hope that it would struggle and that the kingfish would come in. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be this time. Fat, eh? Diving back down into the school of kahawai, I was just slowly dropping onto them when all of a sudden they all moved. I looked over and yep, that's a shark. Not a bad sized one either. I followed it for a little bit. Then I rattled my spear gun and watched it take off. Good fun. Well, that was an amazing dive. It's incredible to have like 25 meters of visibility. Man, it was amazing to see that massive school of kahawai. They were all big kahawai and just lazy as anything. And also a pretty good buzz watching the shark come through them. So anyway, once we'd dived around that area for a while and we weren't seeing any big kingies, so we decided to move a bit closer to the shore and hit one of our crayfish spots. So check that out. From the surface, I saw a couple of decent sized blue moki hanging out. I dropped down and just sat there watching them for a bit. I was kind of hoping that they'd both line up and I'd be able to shoot both of them with one shot. They were almost there, but it just wasn't quite happening. Then as the larger one started to move off, I decided I'd better take him. A little bit later on, I found a crayfish just chilling out in the open. Popped down on him and I just totally stuffed it up. I don't even know how, but I missed him. Never mind, I knew where they were hiding and it wasn't long before I found one of their holes that had a couple in residence. Looked at them for a while, just working out how I was going to get them. Sometimes just rushing in and grabbing isn't the best option. Because they were backed up to me, I figured that I could probably just reach behind and grab, no worries. They were pretty decent sized crayfish, so I struggled a little bit getting it out of the hole. After a bit, I came back to get the second one. Luckily enough, it hadn't moved and it was still there. Once again, it was a bit of a struggle getting it through the crack. They were just such decent sized fish. A little bit further on and I found the mother lode. These were all really good sized crayfish in this hole, but as I'd already taken two, that was enough for me, so I just had a look at them and left them to be.
That's a donk. That's a donk.
So there we are. So yeah, pretty good. I guess our plan now is to go and find a spot to park up for the night and maybe have one last swim before we call it quits. Wow, we'll come around to a different bay and check out how beautiful this bay is. Check it out. Don't worry about Sam in the background, it'll be fairly safe to say he's a bit excited.
Take a boon of reef.
Oh! This will be our last dive for the evening. We're going to go and swim a weed line and just see what we see, really. But we're going to be staying in this bay tonight, so it's looking awesome. Well, just at the start of that dive, the battery on the camera on my head went flat, and yeah, I sort of only just got in the water. We had a great dive. I managed to shoot a trevally and quite a nice John Dory actually. So yeah, once we got out of the water, it was time to sort dinner out. All right, we're parked up in the bay, just off the beach. I'm not going to park here for the night. The boys are going to stay on the beach. I'm actually going to stay on the boat, but we're going to go on the beach and we're going to cook up our feed. So we're just going to swim our gear in. Jason's just taking a load. We've got one more load to go, and I'm going to swim in some fillets of fish. We're going to have a cook up on the beach. Check out that sunset. It's not going down yet, but man, this is pretty spectacular. Boat's just in behind the breakers there. We've got the cooker on. Butter's just heating up, and I'm about to throw the fish in. Alright, gonna chuck some fish in the pan, start getting it cooking. A couple of bits of trevally first. Look at that. Some chili flakes here. Oh mate, sitting around in the boat for a while. Ooh, smell good though. Sprinkle a few of them on. Next load's in the pan. John Dory, what do you reckon of that one? Alright, so we've got our next batch of fish cooked, and it's my turn to have some. So tonight we're eating Brody from YBS Styles, having the wraps. Just chuck a bit of fish on the old wrap. A little bit of cheese on there, bit of the old green stuff. We forgot the secret sauce, but yeah, we can do without it. We can do without it. Fold them up, stuff it in the mouth.
That's what she said.
Oh yeah. And that tastes so good. Fresh John Dory wrap. Alright, dinner's done. Sun's sort of really going down now. I'm leaving these two here to set up camp. put up their single man tent and climb into bed together and do whatever they do.
With the wild horses.
With the wild horses up on the hill, you probably can't see them. But yeah, I'm going to swim back out to the boat. I'm just going to take it a little bit further out and around the corner into a little bit better anchorage for the night. So yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. We'll see you in the morning. Alright, we're picking up the boys.
Another truck.
First thing in the morning. Well, not first thing, but just a bit after 7. And yeah, they're getting their gear back on the boat. We're ready to go again. This is a bluefish, quite rare in New Zealand. Ironically, Sam had shot one about 5 minutes before I shot this one, so obviously not super rare. A very tasty fish though. I'd found a crayfish hiding in a hole, and since Sam had spent yesterday videoing us catching crayfish, I decided to let him have a crack at it. was watching Sam try and get this fish the second time, and I could see it, but he was having a little bit of trouble working out where it was. Given that I could see it, I just decided to go for it and grabbed it. After a bit of a struggle, I got it out. And yep, it's another good one, alright. Watch out for your hands. Alright, well, it was pretty quiet in that spot we dived that day. I did spook a big snapper, but yeah, both me and Sam shot one of those bluefish, and that was about it. We saw some little kings, but they're pretty small, and yeah. So once we got out of the water of that spot, we made our way back, basically back in. We dived one more spot on the way, but the water was just really dirty. We couldn't see anything. Sam actually shot a nice little panty snapper, but yeah, we couldn't see anything. The footage is no good either. It was pretty damn dirty. So yeah, that was our couple of days of diving last summer. So hopefully we'll get a bit more of that sort of action this summer. It was a great to camp out overnight and everything, and have a good cook up on the beach. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, eh? Cheers.